Hello and welcome once again to today's episode. So today we are looking at heat transfer. So they want to today we want to look at heat transfer, how heat travels through different forms or different mediums. Now, for heat transfer, we mostly use this diagram which explains heat transfer in the three main mediums that we are going to look at. So we have a pot on fire. So maybe connected to your cylinder. Have your cylinder somewhere here, big cylinder that you've connected your, your waste into. Then the cylinder here, we have the handle. We have the handle of the ladder. Sorry, the handle of the cooking pot. And then here we also have water in it. Now, so when the heat is applied, you can see that heat from this side is transferred through vacuum. So when you bring your hand to the sides of the cooking pot or to the sides of whatever you are preparing or the side of the container that is on fire, you will see that you'll be able to feel the heat from the source over here. You'll be able to feel it. And this transfer of heat that you're able to feel through the vacuum is what we call radiation. So radiation is when heat is transferred through vacuum. So the heat transferred through vacuum is called radiation. So when you bring your hand to any side of the pot, you will feel the heat over there. And then we call that heat transfer radiation. Now, when the heat now moves from the container that's on fire, and then it moves in the water or the whatever you have in the container that's on fire. So mostly in liquids, any liquid that you put on fire, maybe the water that you want to boil, maybe the soup that you are preparing, you can now see that the heat is able to transfer through the liquid or whatever water or whatever you have on the fire. And then you will see that now when you put anything inside or you even dip your finger in, you could feel the heat. Now, the heat transfer that occurs in liquid or in this water is what we call convection. So that's the heat transfer in liquids. So when there is heat transfer in liquids, we call that what? Convection. Now, the handle of the cooking pot also, you will see that after some time, the heat is now also going to move from this side and then you are going to feel it. Even when you touch any of the sides of the cooking pot that's on fire, you could feel the heat. And that form of heat transfer is what we call conduction. So the transfer of heat through solids is what we call conduction. So for heat transfer, we have three main sources or we have three main forms. The one that occurs in solids, the one that occurs in vacuum, and the one that occurs in liquid. So when heat transfer occurs in liquid, it's called convection. When it occurs in solid, we call it conduction. When it occurs in vacuum or in an empty space, we call it radiation. So these are the three main forms of heat transfer that I want to look at today. So anytime you have your cooking pot or anytime you have something on fire, know that these are the three forms of heat transfer that can occur. So when you touch the handle, you know that the heat transfer through a process we call what? Conduction. In the liquid, it is called convection. And then the one that occurs through vacuum is called radiation. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye.